Hola chicos, esta información está en los paquetes en página 12 y 13. Hoy hablamos del verbo estar. Estar significa to be. We already know how to use estar because we're already familiar with the question, ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás is the question in Spanish that means how are you? When you use estar, you use it for how you feel, and that's when you would answer the question, ¿Cómo estás? But you also use it for where you are. This jingle might help you. How you feel and where you are, always use the verb estar. When you conjugate it, it acts like a regular AR verb except for the yo form. The nosotros form is also a little special. You're going to have to memorize two things. Number one, the yo form is different. And number two, there are accents on almost all of the forms. Remember, if I'm talking too fast, you could slow down the video, pause, or rewind. The yo form, yo estoy. That one has a star because it doesn't follow the pattern. Normally, you would drop the AR and add an O, but in this case, you add OY. Tú estás. Remember to add an accent. Él, ella, usted está. Nosotros estamos. I put that one in the same box as yo estoy because there is no accent. Vosotros estáis. That one always does have an accent just normally. Ellos, ellas, ustedes están. So again, remember that the yo form and nosotros do not have accents. The yo form is special because it ends in a Y, not in an O, and every other form, tú, él, usted, vosotros, and ellos, ellas, ustedes, have an accent on the A. A little bit of information before we go over the location words. You have to use the word de after the location words when a specific location is mentioned. For example, la biblioteca está, the library is. Now we can talk about how the library is feeling or where the library is located. It's more logical to talk about where the library is located. The library is located. Then we're going to learn this new word, al lado de. De is the word that you have to add based on this rule. Al lado means alongside or next to. La cafetería. La tiza está, the chalk is located, because we're not going to talk about how the chalk is feeling. Then this is our new vocab word, encima del, inside of the eraser. Notice that de and el become one word, del. We're going to focus more on that tomorrow in class when we practice. Right now, you just need to know your verb conjugations of estar. You need to know that they have accents except the yo form and the nosotros form. And you need to know that right now it's referring to location. Next week, we are going to talk about that you use estar with adjectives that explain how someone is feeling. Remember the jingle? How you feel and where you are, always use the verb estar. Yo estoy contenta. I am feeling. And then contenta is a new vocab word. It means happy or content. Ellos están cansados. They are feeling. Cansado means sleepy or tired. Remember that adjectives agree in gender and in number with the nouns that they describe. Contenta is feminine because I'm speaking from my point of view and I'm a girl. Cansados is plural because you're talking about ellos. Again, we're not going to talk about this until next week. Take a look at page 13. In página 13, on page 13, This is the information. These are our vocab words that describe location. Al lado de means alongside. And I say alongside because it's got the a and the l, so you might remember alongside, or literally it means next to. So we're going to put the X next to the house. Cerca de, it starts with a C, means close to. Or you could say near. Whatever it's easiest for you to remember. We'll put the X near the house. Lejos, I tell my students, is a long way away. I say it's a long way away because it starts with an L, but lejos literally means far from. You do have to have the de, which was what the note was talking about on the previous page. This would be lejos, it's far away. Delante is in front of. When I teach my students delante de, I tell them it's kind of like a lantern that you carry in front of you, so it's in front of the house. Detrás is behind. It helps to remember them in pairs, delante in front of, and then detrás behind. Dentro de is inside of, as in the dentist is always inside of your mouth, checking stuff out. So we'll put it right there. Encima de is on top of. We'll put the X on the roof. And then debajo de is underneath. So we'll put it over there. This vocab we're going to be practicing for the next couple of days. Notice that every single one of them in Spanish ends with the word de. We are going to have to memorize them, but again, it does help to memorize them in pairs. Al lado de, alongside, and then cerca and lejos. Delante, like a lantern in front of you, and then detrás, behind you. Dentro de, inside of. Then encima de, on top, and debajo, underneath. Excelente. Vamos a practicar. Adiós.